detailed biography, then we can come to a more accurate answer than they would to the question, are you happy?
Well, that's how you study anything, Remy. That's what sociology is. That's what Margaret Mead and the rest of those people did. They didn't go out to a fucking tribe. They didn't go out to a tribe and ask the people in the tribe, "Are you happy?" Okay. Oh, you're happy. Okay. Good. Oh, you're happy now.
No, but they were asking a different question altogether. They were interested in understanding how societies function, but that's really not your purpose.
I'd like to interject. Hypothetically speaking, let's say nobody is happy and everybody is depressed. How does that devalue the human existence and the human consciousness? It doesn't. The human consciousness is still infinitely valuable.
Well, fuck you. You just don't. You want to answer to the question. It's infinitely valuable. Well, why don't you talk complete nonsense? I mean, it's such garbage.
Again,
just make this crap up.
How do you assign value to something that is as valuable as the entirety of the universe? How can you assign a value to that?
The value of the entirety of the universe. I'm not valuing that. I'm valuing a little biological game that isn't anything different than a laboratory experiment. And if I make a laboratory experiment and I put 100 rats in it, and the rats are basically all the experiment is a bunch of knives that chop them up and the things that hack away at them, and over a period of 6 months they get all hacked to pieces. Somebody could look at the game and they get the experiment and they could say, that's a dumbass experiment. Just no fucking point in doing it. All right, and that's all. There's no. You don't need to be an Einstein to sit there and say, yeah, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't accomplish anything. It can't build anything. It's just redundancy. It's DNA molecules who just sit there and say reproduce. And the only way it can reproduce on an island is to kill the fucking parents. That's the way the reproduction works. And so that's the whole mechanism of our existence. It's just live long enough, consume enough, have sex, reproduce, die. So the next generation can do exactly the same thing, chase exactly the same cheese all over again to accomplish not one fucking thing.
Well, I wish you could make one point there, so you said
biological perspective.
Trying to make 3 or 4 different ones so that we can actually...
We are living beings, and by our very nature we consume, we procreate, we do all these things. But what I'm assigning value to is not the byproduct, not our existence, but the byproduct of our existence, which is human consciousness. The universe has no value if nobody is here to experience it or witness it in the sense that we can. It might as well just be rocks colliding into one another somewhere in space. But because we exist, we
whatever. You don't need human beings to do that.
Oh, come on.
So the world the universe had substance long before human beings got here, okay? There's lots of conscious organisms that were having very complex emotional lives without human beings even being existing. You don't need something to be watching the experiment for the experiment to exist. I mean, that's just nonsense. And our watching is really kind of disgusting in a way, because we're not watching it and appreciating the pain and the suffering. We're sitting there saying, "More blood, please." We're spectators in the Colosseum, watching the gladiators. That's the game we're playing. We're sitting there applauding the people on their yachts. Why we ignore the people eating the garbage on the piles of garbage. Fuck you.
Again, there's a potential for humanity to develop from this.
There's no potential. Develop what? Develop what? A third penis? A fourth penis? Develop what?
Anything
who knows? The magic word. So you might as well just say God. You might as well. As soon as you start with this who knows crap, then you just open the door and just said, oh, yeah, well, you keep doing it because it might turn into something. It might someday, if we just keep throwing shit in here, someday a car might pop out. I mean, it's just bullshit. People have been playing that game. They can play that game forever.
What do you propose as an alternative? What do you propose? Sitting on the sidelines and watching it, doing nothing, jumping off a building?
Watching it doing nothing? I'm not exactly. I'm not saying we should be doing that at all. What I'm saying is it's a DNA molecule, you dumbass. You want to sit there and glorify its
Gary, can you please calm down? You seem so angry. Like, you need some anger management. Like, seriously, you need to calm down, okay?
Oh, yeah, your contribution is brilliant, you dumb fucking cunt. Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you so fucking much. Your critique makes so much fucking goddamn sense, you retard. Anyway, make Andre a moderator. He can take care of these assholes. Let's see who else. Well, I can't really trust him. Oh, Bella, make her a moderator. She can kill some people.
Again, the point I was trying to make is, even though there have been organisms capable of, what we consider to be emotions, and have a basic or standard consciousness, they can't appreciate the universe in the same sense that we can. Just because we can understand it, we're bits of matter that came together and said, "Hey, universe, hey, what is this?" We can poke at things and question it, and I mean that is pretty unique to humans of all the other species on Earth. And if you consider the number of species
though
there are,
I mean, you want to glorify
it's fascinating.
the fact. Well,
it's fascinating.
Let's write that. Let's make a monument to fascinating. I mean, it's nothing. Okay, that's just you're completely making something out of build yourself a monument out of cheese doodles. I mean, big fucking deal. Yeah, there's a universe. Okay, yeah, guess what? There kind of has to be matter. Yeah, that's right. There's a material universe, and you're gonna sit there and say, well, it's spectacular. No, it doesn't matter what it's doing, and as long as we can see it, then it's all spectacular. You're just sitting there saying, well, let's all go sniff Frankenstein's shoes. I mean, yeah, oh, it's magnificent, it's fascinating, it's interesting. Oh, yeah, there's only one Frankenstein, and Frankenstein only has one set of brilliantly smelling shoes. I mean, it's just crap. You're glorifying it for the sake of glorification.
You're completely uninterested with the universe.
I'm saying your interest is fucking nothing. I'm saying your interest is as
interested
silly
in
as some
matter.
asshole who says, I will climb the mountain for no fucking reason. Because it is there. There, I climbed the mountain for no reason. Because it was there.
Really, what's wrong with that, Gary?
I'm saying it's a retarded psychology, okay? It's completely DNA psychology. It's completely owned by the DNA molecule. It has, and if it is at the price, if there are dead bodies and suffering, that is the price of that builds the infrastructure that makes that possible, then yeah, then there's something wrong with it. Then it costs too much.
Well, I'd say
Again,
I'd call those sunk costs. They've already been incurred. So, and all the same, there's that mountain. Why the fuck not climb it?
That wouldn't matter anyway. In the first place, you don't sit there and judge a crime and say, well, the crime has already been committed, so no point in preventing the future one, and no point in punishing for this one, so we'll just let that all slide because it's already been done. No, it's part of our accounting for our existence. You can't just sit there and say, well, the price has already been paid. That's nonsense. And like I said, the prices continues to be paid. It doesn't stop. It's every fucking day. The price is being paid for this joyride that 10% at best of the human population is on.
Well, I think it's more than that.
And I think
he's got it right.
The numbers would point out that it's less than that.
10% of the world own over 90% of the world's wealth. They enjoy life.
Oh, look at the fucking faggots. Look at the faggots.
In order to
look at the faggots.
What's your evidence for that? If you look.
Oh my God! Do you
I'm gonna kick her.
Jesus Christ.
You say 10% of the world's people are having the time of their lives, and the other 90% are paying for it. There have actually been some studies that compare a person's net worth.
That's what I'm saying. Don't worry about what Gary said.
Well, that's what he's saying. I don't know who the hell he is. But, I mean, there have actually been some studies that, look at contentment and happiness in life, and compare it to, you know, net worth or whatever.
Yeah, studies
and
again.
The fact of the matter is, the top
Remy,
10%
these
are
studies
not
mean
having a great time.
absolutely nothing. They mean nothing. It's like asking a Christian a question. You're going to get an honest answer. Did God create a wonderful world for you to live in? How do you think they're going to answer that question, Remy?
Actually, God did create a wonderful world for you to live in. You should read the Bible and shut your fucking mouth because you're so angry.
You should. Well, whatever.
I shot her. Well, but then again, Gary gets back to the Frankenstein question. Who the hell are you going to ask this question if not the people who are actually living on this planet? If the only people who have a privileged
fucking answer to that question, Remy. You don't answer that. You don't ask the question. You analyze the evidence. All right, and I'm saying we have plenty of evidence of that. The most of human beings are caught up in stupid, moronic psychology. They will eat their own mother, you know, to get their fix, so to speak. They will. Just preposterous nonsense. I mean, look at these ads. Like I said, you say, well, does it matter?
Well, that's just rhetoric.
What does it matter? It does matter. All this risk-taking costs us. All this gluttony costs. It's not free. You don't get anything for fucking goddamn free on planet Earth.
All right, so let's say we analyze the evidence and we looked at people's lives and we use that to try to decipher just, you know, how the quality of their life, to, you know, scope how good their lives are, objectively speaking. So we looked at what would, you know, an objectively successful life look like, and then we got everyone else's life and we put it to that test. The how good or how shit is that person's life objectively.
What the hell would objective mean in this sentence?
It's impossible.
Yeah, well, he's making an argument that I'm not making. So again, I agree with Remy on this, all right? There's no point in making some sort of devil advocate's argument that no one's making, okay? When did I ever say? I've made numerous videos where I've pointed out this is the difficult question, all right? That these value questions are difficult. I'm not saying I have explicit answers to these questions. I'm saying I do know the outside, all right? I do know the absolutes. On the fringes, you know, the ones that are just fucking goddamn obvious. All right, but yeah, I don't, you know, it gets really a little bit tricky to decide these ones that are a lot more subtle in terms of the abuse and what's the price paid for it and all that kind of stuff. But the bottom line question that has to be answered is what's the mechanism that's really controlling it? What's pulling most of the fucking strings? And I'm saying let's analyze that mechanism, that DNA mechanism, and right there, that will tell the story. Okay? And that story is just plain stupid. Okay? You wouldn't want to live as a manipulated little bee who's fucking an orchid right now. Okay? You wouldn't want to live that existence. Oh, I'm a bee fucking an orchid? I mean, how fucking useless is this? You know, so I'm just saying that this is the game that nature's playing, all right, with these organisms, and we're being gamed. We're being fucking gamed.
People seem to conflate. Allow me to interject. I think some people are conflating, or they misunderstand the way the world works. Some people seem to think that our DNA influences our environment, and it's completely contrary.
Well, whatever. Who are you talking to again?
Oh
Look,
my God, your voice
I'm just gonna kick you, you little rude putz, okay? Just shut the fuck up and you grow up. Will you just go to hell? Die of cancer. Jesus, these assholes. I mean, this is the human race. This is what it breeds. This pus. And people are gonna sit there and glorify that.
This is the internet, Gary.
No, it's the world, Remy. I mean, imagine if the rest of the assholes that are out there were actually on the internet. These are the smart people, Remy. Wait till the dumbasses get on the internet. Wait till my neighbors are on the fucking internet.
Well, I'll tell you what, if trolling your room is as bad as it gets, I'm not too concerned about it. I wish you hadn't kicked that guy.
Yeah,
well,
me too.
I'm sorry. He's fucking goddamn can't wait his turn to fucking start talking, so it really does fuck the conversation.
I did actually talk over him, which I shouldn't have done. So he never got a chance to finish the point that he was making.
Yeah, well, every point he made with a false premise anyway.
Go for it, sub-DNA.
Go for it, sub-DNA.
No, I was just saying, I kind of wish the guy hadn't been kicked myself. I was, you know, his arguments may have been fallacious, but I wanted to hear him.